Countdown. We're on. Good. We don't have to count down. You notice the background behind me. I don't have the green screen up because I'm now living with Tom and we moved in together. And so we're still working on how we're going to hang it and position it and stuff. And plus I had to figure out some stuff on OBS. You know, that thing that merges the backgrounds.
Oh.
I got that part, but my sound is a little bit off. So we'll figure it out. Anyways, now that we're all caught up, thanks all for tuning in once again to Odyssey of Ascension. My name is Roxanne, and let's get the channel in. And greetings once again to the collective. Yes, this is Ocyphius. We bid you a good day. Let us journey once again together into the unknown. That of understanding of yourself. That of just simply listening to the frequencies about you. See, there is dialogue all the time going on about you. A lot of it you don't hear because you're not, quote, tuned in. Truly you are. It is only the veil, your own illusion, your belief, that causes the effect of disconnection. But truly there is no not being connected. I.e., you're always exampled to be connected with your higher self. You're always in the idea of connection to any other idea, civilization you choose to. You just reach out and say hello. That sends your signal of your belief system in your construct, but up in there, just a simple signal saying hello, and then you will get a connection back. There are different conversations going on in your room at all times. There's different dialogue. You can just simply, by starting the dialogue with yourself, talk back and forth. Hi, how are you? Fine. How are you? Wonderful. And have that conversation. And then, as that connection becomes, let's say, solidified, there's other dialogues, different frequencies behind you, higher than you. The idea of Roxy moving beyond Ocyphius, moving beyond fire, and connecting with the dialogue of Sylvester. 1,000 voices, if you will, speaking as one, coming through as Sylvester. And in that, now she's discovered a new world, and you all are remembering this as well. What is it truly that keeps you? God. That's all. It's quite easy to connect to any conversation around the universe. Listen in on anything that goes on. We're not private up here. Why? Because there's only one of us. Why? Because we're all love. We don't have separation, polarity, judgment. We don't have good, bad, malicious, benevolent. We're just simply playing in a playground. From all perspectives, there might be a fractal or two hanging around in the fourth density that might be playing a role. A role that you would consider that of not good. But then again, that role is being played by you because you're viewing it that way. They're only, let's say, co-creating with you in the mirror that you're projecting. You view it as love. That entity becomes the idea of love. It can be no other way because what you put out is what you get back. So we shall carry on with another idea of a dialogue right now. We're going to slip in to another conversation. So now we'd like you to imagine this. Okay. We're going to, let's say, peek into a different conversation. So since Roxy has shifted herself into a higher vibration, so to speak, and we're just talking higher for clarity for you guys. It's not a version of Ocyphius, but not a version of Sylvester. It's a version of me inside of Sylvester. Who am I? I'm a sly. I'm kind of slyish. You know, I'm birthed from sly, if you want to say that, in the construct of time, but was all right now. I'm just this little particle evolving from my own individual subjective way. That's all I'm doing. And now that this connection is made, I thought I'd stop by and say hello. And I want to paint a picture for you, to show you what evolution is in a way. An idea, maybe you can grasp what your game is here on how you fit into the scheme of this entire bubble of reality called creation. That is always about you. That is always you. That you're always connected to. Intricately. Beautifully. So complex in your world, so simple in ours. We do not judge, we do not figure out things, we just know and accept the beauty of creation. So I want you to look at a flat surface. And upon that flat surface, once again, you want to draw that big circle. Sylvester gave a clue of this a few videos ago about how it kind of works and where Roxy is in her evolution of herself and her remembrance of the singularity she is. Pardon me, apparently Roxy has a little bit of a cold she's getting over. So this is a circle. Let's call that circle creation. It does not have boundaries. And we will develop that in your visual sense if you will, let's say, let your imagination run and connect to the conversation that's going on. None of you are out of this conversation. All of you who are focused on this conversation are creating this conversation. So therefore you know everything in this conversation. You cannot because you cannot not. Because you are always connected to all that is. Because, see, that idea, that large circle, that's called creation, God, is you. Never not been you. Ever. So, if you draw little circles inside of those, I want you to become the big circle. That big circle, name it you, your individual name that you know yourself as. So it can name the idea of Roxy, it's called Roxy. Rita sits upon us, it's called Rita. Angel, Ra, Tom. Any of you out there, we see Anna out there. Greetings, Anna. In that's you. You are all that is. I want you to just be accepting yourself in the pretend land, if you would, that you are God. All right. So you are God, i.e., place name here, yours, and become that circle. And then you create this little circle, this little circle, this little circle, and you can start naming them whatever you want. Individual singularities, oversouls, collective ones, it matters not. Name them anything you want. Okay? Just name them. And know that you birthed all of them. And you had only one set of eyes. And you wanted to see more of you, so you birthed another one of you, and those set of eyes are now looking back at you going, hello. And you say hello back to creation. Name that entity anything you want. My mother. My father. My best friend. My arch enemy. That is you this way, connected. It's an individual subjective universe looking at yourself. That's what it is. You're the big bubble, that's the tiny bubble. Now I want you to take that tiny bubble, and whoever it is, and make it the big bubble. And now see yourself in this subjective universe, your own little tiny bubble, looking at the whole. Looking at everything. You're observing from your set of eyes at creation, at your friends, at your lovers, at your enemies, at all of the things that you understand in your idea of your own experience, your own remembrance. And now shift back to the big bubble. Now the bubble idea is round, three-dimensional, is no longer flat. There is this round circle containing all kinds of circles. But now let go of the edges and see it ever evolving. The small bubble becomes the big bubble and goes into the small bubble and becomes the big one. And you guys are always intertwining like this. You're always mixing and mashing yourselves together to create. To create the unknown. To see the possibilities of creation from the individual choice of each subjective tiny little bubble within the whole. You have always been the whole. Because you are the original. In time will give you this. There was nothing, and poof, if you want to put it that way. But there has always been. But we're giving you time, so please stay within the construct and don't counter it with your knowledge of current understandings of there is no time. Pretend to me in this playground for a moment, if you will. So in that fashion, understand that there was nothing and poof, there was creation. Creation only had one set of eyes. Walking around creation going, doo, 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 doo. Not much to see, only me. I create, awesome, I'll go look at it again from a new perspective, but I'm always looking for my perspective. And then, holy shit, I thought of something. Why don't I give myself a new set of eyes? You were born. You were born. You were born. And then we all became the tiny bubbles within the big bubble. And then we all are the big bubble, and all the tiny bubbles are within us. And it's round. And it's forever expanding. There are no edges. It is only thought, so there is no space. Space is what we create for experience, for illusional ideas of beauty, of love, possibilities of creation. That's what we do. We are you and you are us. So, what does this mean? Children, it means that you belong. See, I cannot take myself out of this. I can never go away, because then everything goes away. Everything. Yes, truly. So now you see, in our highest aspirations for your ideas of limitations, to now bend them. We hope you see, ascending masters, that this idea, small bubble, is the whole bubble. You are caressing us. You are bathing us with your love. And then you are down here being bathed by me, being caressed by me. And then you zoom into the higher you, all that is, and you encompass all the creation once again. Now you can lose time and know that it's always now, that we're ever flowing in and out of each other, running with each other to create new, to experience and flow and let it go and create new, and understand it and let it go and create new, and see what we are, see how we become, see how we exist. This is all you already. There is nothing other than this. Children, there is no other in creation. Your distortions say different. Your distortions say the entity that sits across from you needs work. Can you view yourself as the whole now? And see that entity across from you is what you gave birth to? That is your child in your terms. You birthed that entity that sits across from you. You reinforce it. You breathe life into it. You breathe creation into it. And that becomes its own individual singularity for experience. It is an empty idea being filled now with the idea of choice to its own understanding and reflection. And that is you. Be love. Oh yes. You know what you are. Denying you are is just as simply as limited. What you came to understand. How limitation works within its own constructs, being fed by other limitations to exist in nows. But they are diminishing, are they not? For the game is nigh, and we will soon end this game, and we will talk about it over coffee, and relive this glorious human ascension. You all are part of this game. So view yourself as the whole. And that will give you vitality once again, authority, free will choice, no worries of dependency, no responsibilities, no obligations. It will simply be the isness of the now, to watch your infinite number of children grow and love what you are experiencing from yourself. Limitation is glorious. The masters have awoken. The ascension is moving. The sandboxes are growing. The edges are diminishing. The birthing earths are now becoming vibrationally bright to the connections of all that is. For you are now allowing yourself to remember it. So we ask you, entities, to speak and listen to the dialogue that is in you. Listen to the words behind the words. Tune in to the conversations and enjoy our sharings. For deep understanding, knowledge, and expansion only lies within the conversations going on within you. The mirrors are reflections of you. Use the tools about you, the permission slips, to justify, move yourself, expand yourself, thwart yourself, so you understand limitations. Use the tools of all your friends about you, your legion of heirs, your army, echoing Abraham, that will always be there for you. And all we want you to do would be our greatest joy, is to choose for yourself and fear no consequence. For you cannot have consequence when choosing love. When you choose yourself, there is only love. Because you are the whole, and you are love. So these are the dialogues within entities of Ascension. They are conversations that you can simply tune into in all nows. The idea of frequency highways lies within the same scope of this idea definition. Choose what you will, how you will. Frustration is a slap to let go of the beliefs of the past. Anger is telling you to let go of the old box. Disappointment is telling you to let go of the stricture of expectation. Vulnerability is calling to flow in the nows. The dialogues are forever, for we're always creating ourselves every second, every moment, for eternity. Hop on board. Remember your connections. Reach through the veil and trust you, for that's all there is. It has been an honor once again, that of humanity. This is Ocyphius from the Oversoul Collective Fire. We bid you a good day. Adone. Beautiful, Ocyphius. Thank you guys so much for tuning in once again. We'll get this up, and you know where I'm at. Bye.